Usually when we talk about energy supplements, there's this expectation of just a chaotic jitter. Like you just chugged 3 espressos and your foot is slammed on the gas, but the car is just shaking in neutral.
Oh, yeah. It's a very nervous, unsustainable kind of energy. I mean, you crash hard.
Exactly. Okay, let's unpack this, because if you step into the world of ancient botanicals, specifically a shrubby tree from Southeast Asia called Tongkat Ali, or Eurycoma longifolia, you suddenly find this incredibly smooth gear you didn't even know your body had. So if you've been looking for a natural edge, you've likely heard of it. They grind the roots down into these potent extracts.
Right, and they're pretty much everywhere now.
They really are. And our mission today for this deep dive is to uncover the genuine benefits and, critically, the health disclaimers of this trending botanical. We're looking at a fascinating 1-year personal YouTube case study right alongside the actual clinical research.
What's fascinating here is the sheer contrast between its past and present. Historically, local populations in places like Malaysia, Indonesia, and Vietnam, well, they used it for breaking fevers and just restoring a baseline of energy. But today, it has this modern reputation as the ultimate alpha biohacking herb.
Right. And to see if it actually lives up to that hype, we follow this user's experience taking a 400 milligram daily dose. And within a week, they reported a surge in motivation, a calm focus, and what they specifically called a young man agility.
I love that phrase, young man agility. It's so descriptive.
Yeah, that's great. Going a bit of that car analogy, it's like upgrading your actual engine. You have massive power when you hit the gas, but the idle is still perfectly calm, no jitteriness at all. But how does a root actually do that?
Well, unlike caffeine, which basically just spikes your central nervous system, research suggests Eurycoma longifolia works primarily on your endocrine system, so your hormones. According to research, it actively suppresses the release of cortisol.
Wait, really? Like the main stress hormone?
Exactly, which totally explains that calm focus the user felt. Furthermore, it signals the body to free up bound testosterone, so it's particularly effective for people with hypogonadism.
Which is just the medical term for when your body doesn't naturally produce enough testosterone on its own.
Right. Spot on. It's not artificially pumping you full of hormones. It's really just optimizing what you already have.
Okay, so what does this all mean for long-term use? If it's doing all of this lowering cortisol, naturally boosting testosterone, why did our case study user report that the benefits completely vanished after like 60 to 120 days? Does the body just, reject it?
Well, it doesn't reject it, but it does adapt.
Yeah.
This is just the physical reality of biological tolerance. Your body is incredibly smart, right? It constantly strives for homeostasis or balance.
Oh, so it just gets used to the constant input.
Precisely. When you provide a constant supplement input, your body downregulates its own natural response. So to bypass this and maintain the benefits, the user had to shift to a microcycle, basically taking it for 4 days on and then 3 days off.
Wow, okay. And during that year, they noticed something a bit concerning too, didn't they? Like increased hair shedding in the shower.
They did, yeah. They questioned a potential link to DHT. DHT, or dihydrotestosterone, is this powerful byproduct of testosterone that is, notorious for shrinking hair follicles.
So if Tongkat Ali frees up more testosterone, it just stands to reason some of it converts to DHT.
Exactly. Pair that with classical documented side effects like insomnia or irritability if your doses get too high, and you quickly realize this isn't just harmless plant dust. It has real biological teeth.
So if adapting to the herb and navigating hair loss are the biological risks, we really also have to talk about the physical risk of just buying this stuff, because the supplement industry can be the total Wild West.
Oh, absolutely. It's completely unregulated in a lot of ways.
Right. And research showed that an alarming 20 to 30% of tested Tongkat Ali supplements contained heavy metals like mercury. That happens because the plant basically absorbs whatever's in the soil.
Sourcing is absolutely critical for that very reason. You have to know where it's coming from.
But on the flip side, we can debunk that terrifying rumor floating around about the plant causing stomach DNA damage. If you actually do the math on that study, it required 2,000 milligrams per kilogram of body weight. For a 190-pound person, that's about 170 grams of the root.
Which is just a massive, impossible amount.
It's absurdly higher than a standard 400 milligram capsule. Nobody's taking that much.
Context is everything with scientific studies, and that brings us to the vital health disclaimer you really need to hear. According to research, a daily dose of 200 to 400 milligrams is generally safe, But you absolutely must consult a doctor first.
Yeah, that's non-negotiable.
Because it's manipulating your endocrine system, we strongly caution against use if you have hormone-sensitive conditions like prostate cancer. It also actively lowers blood sugar. So if you take blood glucose medication or have heart or kidney disease, combining them could drop your levels dangerously low.
Here's where it gets really interesting for you. True biohacking isn't about blindly swallowing whatever is trending on social media. It's about being an informed, cautious consumer. Tongkat Ali offers exciting research-backed potential for stress reduction and vitality, but it demands careful sourcing, strategic cycling, and strict medical clearance.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, think about this. If a natural root like Eurycoma longifolia can legitimately rival synthetic compounds for stress reduction and hormone regulation, what other potent ancient botanical medicines are currently growing undiscovered in the rainforest? Just waiting to be scientifically validated, we might just be scratching the surface of our own biological engines.